Hey everybody, back again for another video. Doing another Fearsome Top 5. Top 5 scary ghost videos to haunt you tonight. I think this is the newest one that they've uploaded. 5 days ago, I guess. So we'll jump into it. Now, before we jump into it, I'd like to, note I hate this. I really do. I really hate these clickbait screens. You've got, you know, you've got evidence in your video. You've got something that's supposed to be super scary, but you use, clickbait images and edited images. It's like if you are that, if you're that good at editing anything to edit this stuff, then you are good enough to edit other things, such as your own videos, to add in, spirits and whatnot. And that's what I try to get across to people, is if the person who's making the videos has the ability or the funding to have that type of stuff edited in and added in, then it lends to the images being fake. The lesser known people, the people that just shoot video and they have everything there. I mean, like the mom and pop paranormal investigators, they are more believable than the ones that you see on TV all the time. I mean, I've literally pointed out Jack Osborne faking evidence. I've pointed out adventurous paranormal groups faking evidence, and I have a couple legal notes from specific companies saying cease and desist, no longer use their name and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, if you point out something and they go, you can't do that anymore, then you've clearly hit the nail on the head. And these people are like, we can't have you speaking the truth. We can't have this. So let's get into this now that that little rant is over.
Number 1. A man named Thomas on TikTok is an independent musician that posts videos of his music online. But alongside these videos is one that doesn't exactly belong. On February 14th, the motion sensor on his Ring camera that's outside of his home was triggered as he walked by. But Thomas later found out that he wasn't the only thing that was...
The musician one, I think that one's one that was on Facebook for a few days. It's like cobwebs or some shit.
Caught on video.
Oh, there it was. It was right here. It floats up and then boom, and then it'll cross over this way. Oh, there it is.
As he walked through the driveway towards the garage, a pale anomaly seemed to appear out of nowhere. This white figure quickly glided across the yard, going...
It glided across the yard. Picture this. Okay. It starts right over here on the porch, goes up. It's clearly in front of all of this stuff here, continues up and over. It is in front of these lights, which means that it is extremely close to the lens. It's not out. It's not there back there next to him. It's not over here in the yard. It's right next to these lights. It's in front of these lights. That means it is like 4 feet from the lens. It is not paranormal. Watch. Watch it. Right in front of this light right here. See? It's in front of the light. It is right in front of the light. These lights are backlighting it. It's not back there in the yard. It's right here in front of the camera. See?
As he walked
that
through
light
the driveway towards
flickered.
the garage, a pale anomaly seemed to appear out of nowhere.
It even
This
flickered
white
at the
figure quickly
other light.
glided across the yard, going out of view.
Yeah. It's right here in front of this light, and it blurs this one. That means it is closer than this light is. It's not paranormal. It is most likely cobweb or some other kind of light material that is blowing in the wind. It's not paranormal, and I hate when these things pop up because everybody's like, "Oh my god, it's a ghost! You see it run across the yard? Oh my god, it ran right across the yard, right behind him." No, it didn't. It's not even near him, and he's probably like that big.
And if we take a closer look, it almost appears to have a humanoid shape. Whatever this thing is, Thomas didn't notice at the time, but he's been left wondering what exactly was in his backyard that night.
It flew up
If
and
you're
over.
not already, please subscribe to help me reach my goal of 100,000 subscribers.
It's junk.
Number 2.
Junk.
Over on a TikTok account run by a woman named Ashley, she normally posts videos from her daily life. Whether they're of her kids or her pet snakes, they're never too out of the ordinary. But what was recently caught on her security camera is definitely something bizarre. One night around 4 a.m., the camera in her daughter's bedroom caught something that made her hair stand on end. What she first thought was just her husband caught on camera quickly took an unsettling turn.
I know this one as well. I do. This guy has night terrors. He is like, what is her name? She's the chick who says that she's psychic. That's always with that "Call Me Chris" lady. She sleepwalks and has and claims that she's a psychic, but he has the same thing as her, and they used his image in the thing where they blacked out his eyes and put a ghost hand on his back. He's got a sleep thing where he sleepwalks and stuff like that. Oh, and according to the woman
While sitting
herself,
on the floor,
he's an
her husband
alcoholic.
jerked his head back and forth in an almost painful-looking way. He then suddenly whipped his head around and stared directly into the camera. Then, almost as if nothing happened, he simply laid back down to go to sleep. According to Ashley's husband, he has no memory of doing this. So either he was having some...
Yeah, he he sleepwalks and he drinks. That is what she herself posted about, because he had issues before. And that's another thing that really pisses me off about videos like this is they go based off of this video. Oh yeah, he's possessed. Okay, then what about the other videos? She got called out like big time for this video, and then she started taking other videos down that would explain this. And there's comment after comment on this stuff.
Some crazy dream, or he was possessed. Number 3. A TikTok user named Jake currently lives in Florida and experienced something bizarre that he decided to share online. The bar that Jake works at was closed for the night, with no one left inside the building. So it came as a surprise when motion was detected on one of the cameras inside. And when Jake played back the footage, he wasn't sure what to think. As the video begins, a ghostly figure.
A ghostly figure. Again, this is dust traveling through. Dust, even small dust, if it is moving at a specific speed or, in a specific manner, it will trigger as motion. I get alerts on my surveillance camera of motion when the wind picks up and the dust blows across the yard. It doesn't pick up like people motion. It just picks up any motion. Any motion that is large enough to the sensor. The sensor sees this as a 4-foot tall object. It's reading that object at the same height of these tables. It's reading it as the same size of this table, so it thinks something this big is going across the screen. And all it is a little piece of dust.
Appeared on the left, then made its way across the room. This white apparition seemed to emerge from backstage, then quickly glided across the dance floor. Jake's not exactly sure what this.
Yeah, as you can see, it is flickering in size. That is probably a moth.
Could be, and this is the first time he's seen anything like it. But let's just say this is a club that I will not be going to. Number 4. Ian from the Midwest Ghost Hunter YouTube channel ventured alone to investigate the infamous.
I am subscribed to Midwest Ghost Hunter, but again, I take his videos with a grain of salt, and most of it is entertainment purpose only.
Squirrel Cage Jail. Located in Iowa, it's said to be the most haunted jail in the state. Throughout the years, several inmates lost their lives while locked inside. The jail currently functions as a museum, but reports of paranormal encounters date back to the 1950s. Until this day, visitors often report hearing disembodied footsteps, voices, and moans, as well as sightings of a ghostly little girl. At nightfall, Ian bravely made his way inside and almost immediately made contact.
If you're in here, could you move something? You could tap on a wall, on a table. What the heck was that? Heard something on that wall right there. It sounded like a... Did you just tap on this wall? If that was you, could you do it again? It sounded like it could have been like this right here. Did you just move one of these spoons on the wall here? If you moved it again, that would be phenomenal. You can use whatever energy you need. You can use energy from my cameras, my voice recorder here.
The first tank was glass. The second trinkle of sound, that also sounds like glass. Now, I've had issues with investigations where I had gone in to do an investigation at a home, and the person, the homeowner, had a drink, used ice, and then finished their drink, poured out the ice, and then left the cup. Now, the cup, even though it didn't have anything in it, when the heater kicked on in the house, it caused the glass to make a tink sound because it was changing temperature due to cold to hot, because it was closest to the vent. Extremely cold to extremely hot, it does cause that. Now, is that what's going on here? I don't know. But, as you can see, he hears a sound and goes, "It's this wall. It came from this wall." Why are you looking at the wall? It could have been on the table in front of the wall. It could have been just outside the wall. It could have been on the table just outside that wall. He pinpointed it to one specific spot and said, "It must be one of these metal spoons," even though it was a glass sound.
What the heck? Okay, now I'm hearing more noises. Are you moving stuff around over there?
Glass.
I can hear you over there. Holy crap, you guys. It's actually starting to feel colder in this room right now. Especially in this
Well, we did see the thermostat behind him. It was 68 degrees.
area. It's almost like someone's like standing right here.
Several noises began coming from around him, soon followed by a coldness that filled the room. Ian then made his way to the cells when he caught something peculiar on camera.
Harry, are you here with me? Make a sound if you're in here. Whoa. Thank you. I just heard that.
You hear the clunk sound, and then you hear him take a step, and it's a slightly louder but same sound. So if it was a ghost or anything paranormal, it would have been a footstep, but it sounds too close to his own footstep, and they were both roughly the same distance from the microphone, because you can tell sounds that happen further from the microphone than compared to sounds up in front of the microphone. These two sounds were almost identical, but his step was more pronounced, like he was trying to do a baby step and made a sound, and then he goes, "Oh my god, what was that?" And then he made another step, and that was the pronounced step. So you really have to really pay attention to where you're walking and how you're walking. I know it's hard. A lot of times you have the camera in front of you and you're just looking through the viewfinder, or you have your phone out and you're looking through your phone, so you have that light in your face. You have to watch where you're walking. You have to make deliberate steps, and when you're doing your deliberate steps, you have to make sure, like, okay, I'm taking a step. I heard a sound. Well, was that sound my own step? Like, did I step and make a creak down there? Like, is this floor where I'm standing a single board, and then the end of the board just kind of lifted up, making a sound? You have to do, like, as you're walking, you are hearing things, and your first instinct has to be, I'm going to debunk that. Not, oh my god, that must have been a ghost because I wasn't standing over there. You have to look down, check your footing, check to see if what you're doing is doing that. Because I've been in some old buildings where you step on a board and it lifts up one end. It's like, I step over here, step on this board. This board picks up here because you have your joists and your boards across the joists, and you step on this side, while the board over here just kind of creaks up a little bit, and you have that sound further down. You have to watch out with this stuff, especially older places. Do your walkthrough. Check for creaky floors. Check where the creaky floors are, so you know that when you're walking through and you're doing your investigation, you know that if you step in there and it creaks, that it is you and not something paranormal. If you're just standing there in a room or sitting down in a room and the floors are creaking, then you know something. But you still have to, like, okay, did I readjust my butt and make the sound? Let me do this. No, I didn't do that. Okay, it must be something else. You really have to think this stuff through.
That was like a knock on the wall. Harry, if you knocked on this wall, or one of these walls, could you do it again? Okay, he is.
Okay, that happened like right next to his hands. Like he's holding the camera right here, and he's looking around, and it happened like right here. And the way he films it's really questionable for me, because he films and then he turns the camera on himself and talks, and then he films, and it's like his first instinct when hearing a sound is to slowly pan instead of hearing a sound, pointing at it, and checking. It really irks me as an actual investigator who's done this for nearly 20 years. It is difficult because, I mean, you see all this stuff going on, and it's like there are things out there that can't be explained. There are real paranormal things. There are creatures out there. There are creatures out there that we cannot explain and that have not been caught on film. It clearly. But more often than not, it is mistaken sounds, mistaken identities, and people running with their imagination. This guy, he went in scared to death, and now he's just, everything's a ghost.
Definitely in here. Harry, I heard that you smoked a lot of cigarettes. They said that you smoked 150 to 200 a day. What do you got to say about that? That's quite the addiction. But I guess I can't blame you. I can only imagine what it would be like to be stuck in a place like this. Could you show yourself? Are you aware that this...
A photo of a smoky room. Either somebody's got a vape out, or they did an overlay.
This jail is no longer functioning? Your sentence is over. It's kind of weird. Some of my photos are turning out really hazy looking. That's so weird. I don't know what that's about. Is that you I'm seeing, Harry? I'm getting like these hazy photos. It looks like there's like a fog in here. Well, that one's completely clear. Where'd it go? Harry, you lighting up a cigarette in here?
Okay, there's a completely different lighting effect from when it was smoky to the clear photos. The lighting is way different, and you can tell when somebody has like the night vision camera light on, taking photos, as opposed to taking photos with the camera and having the normal light on the camcorder. These photos were taken at two separate times, The clear photos are what he's taking now. The smoky ones are after, where he's taking photos to get that effect. So I'm thinking he either smoked a cigarette in there, lit up a cigarette in there, and blew smoke in there, and then started snapping photos, or he has a vape or something so that he didn't, set off any smoke detectors or got in trouble with the people that run the place. Because you can tell a photo, if I take a photo now and then turn off the lights and then take a photo with a flash, there's a difference in the lighting. Fake dividends. See, you've got the light over there, the dark room. But the smoky room, the light wasn't over there, it was directly in front of the camera. This is him taking photos with the light of the camera on, the camcorder, and taking photos, so you're getting this washed out look. The smoky one, you've got the actual daylight camera light and the camera flash. These are two separate times.
Almost looks like smoke in here. Yeah, that's weird. It's like gone now.
Yeah, you'd be able to see it if it was that hazy. You'd see it in this camera, because why would a DSLR capture it but not his camcorder? Okay, see what I'm talking about? You have there's light that is hitting all of this. All of this has light hitting it. But you look in that upper corner, all the light is focused right there on that sheet. I'll back this up. All the lights on the sheet. This is also lit, but very, very dimly.
Almost looks like smoke in here. Yeah, that's weird. It's like gone now.
Look at this. Everything is lit. This is lit by flash. That over there is lit by camcorder light. You can even see on the wall right here, you have a light source that's reflecting here and a light source that's reflecting here. This is two different reflective sources of light. This is the camera. That is the camcorder. Two separate light sources. And when you look right here, you have light reflecting off of this surface and up higher on it. You have two separate light sources that are reflecting. You've got a beam, this frame right here. See the frame? You've got a light source that's reflecting at the bottom and a light source that's reflecting at the top. So he's got the camera here and the light here, and he's snapping a photo. So he's getting two reflections from that light. This photo was taken at a different time. Same thing here. The shadow is doubled. Got two light sources. You have a light source over the bed that is causing a reflection. Let's see. Right here, you have this shadow here. You have a shadow directly behind this, but you have no shadow down here, which means there is a second light source that is removing this shadow. And you can see the shadow of the bed back here. You have no shadow for this pillar, meaning there's a light source on one side and a light source on this side. Both sides of this pillar are lit. You can't light two surfaces at the same time with one light source. There's two light sources. Thank you for the TED Talk.
I'm not smelling anything. That was weird.
I'm smelling something. Bullshit.
It literally looked like there was a bunch of smoke in here or something. It's almost as if he is still in here, sitting in this bed, just smoking away. That is so freaking crazy.
After hearing several knocks in response to his questions, Ian captured what looks like smoke in 5 separate photos. An odd coincidence, since the man that was locked in this cell smoked 150 cigarettes a day. Just before leaving the cell, Ian heard something that let him know that he was not alone.
That is so freaking crazy. Whoa. Oh my god. I heard that. Dude,
That was a fart.
literally sounded like a groan. That was in this cell with me. I am definitely not alone in here, guys.
That was a fart.
With a spirit box in hand, Ian then began asking questions in hopes that a response would come through.
Are there any inmates here that'd like to speak to me? I've got a spirit box here. It's a device that you could speak through. Who's in here? Whoa. That sounds like a man's voice coming through there. Could you speak again? Whoa. It's hard to make out what's being said, but I'm definitely hearing someone talking. How many spirits haunt this jail? Whoa. That sounded like he said 11. That is a lot of different haunt this jail. Whoa.
I don't know. It didn't sound like 11, because you have 11, and it sounded single syllable. I mean, it was like a click sound. But you have to really listen to these things over and over and over again to get a clear sound.
That sounded like he said 11. Someone talking. How many spirits haunt this jail?
Yeah, when it picks up on a signal to when it ends a signal, there's the initial click of it picking it up, what it says, and then the drop off. In there, I mean, if it was a number, I'd say 3. Like, because you have that ch in there, not a v. It doesn't have the t click of the tongue. The sounds from the lips. You have that the front of the mouth, but the crack of a T is at your teeth in the middle of your mouth. So that I'd say 3, not 11.
Whoa. That sounded like he said 11. That is a lot of different spirits that's true. What did that say?
Yeah. That right there. That, I would say, is broken neck. And I'd say this is the closest thing I could pick up in there.
That sounded like broken neck. Who am I speaking to? Joseph! Oh my god! It just said Joseph! No freaking way, he's the one that fell. He fell from the 3rd floor of the squirrel cage. Joseph, is that you? What were you thinking climbing that cell? That's you. What were you thinking climbing that cell?
Nothing.
Whoa. What was that?
Now that is exactly what I was talking about. That was a real incident. When he heard the tank sound, he said it came from the wall, but he did a slow pan over. When he heard the glass sound, he turned the camera to himself. When he heard this loud bang, he jumped and he spun and he looked with the camera to where the sound came from. This is exactly what I was talking about. The exact thing I was saying. You respond properly when it is real. This further shows that most of his stuff is bullshit. That's exactly what I just got done saying 10 minutes ago.
The sound came from up there. Hello? Inmate, if that's you, reach out of your cell. Oh, God. Holy.
Yeah. That is a real response. That is the real response when met with actual paranormal. That is, now he's actually responding properly in how one would respond in that situation. The previous incidents were all bullshit, smoke and mirrors.
Crap.
Literally.
What sucks is there's no way for me to investigate that. I can't go up there. The 3rd floor is completely sealed off. And look, there's no way anybody would be in there. Why don't you make some more noise? Oh. That came from in here. Hello?
Exactly. There we go. Now you're actually paranormal investigating. Before you were just mocking it and making fluff videos. This is real paranormal investigating. Sound happens, you hear it, you look, it startles you because you didn't make it. That's paranormal investigating. This is something that he's going to investigate now.
That came from in this cell. I'm hearing noises everywhere.
Several voices came through the spirit box, with one of them saying that 11 spirits haunt this jail. And once Ian found himself near the solitary confinement cell, one of these spirits didn't seem too happy.
If there's somebody in this cell, could you touch that green light? You just did it. Okay. Thank you. Could you touch it one more time? Holy crap. Okay, there's somebody in here. How did you end up in solitary? Did you fight somebody? Yes.
See, I have these, I have a bunch of them, but I would not put something that reads magnetic field onto steel. one, these things will blink if tapped lightly, and two, if you are on a metal surface such as this, these bars and everything, they hold a magnetic charge, and just bringing a body part up to them will set these off because it's reading off of your personal magnetic field added to the magnetic field of the bars. That's why when you're walking around and you touch something, it zaps you. It's because you both have that charge and it's jumping from one to the other. He could have his foot stretched out, just kind of chilling with, like, leaning back, like watching this, and his foot could be just close enough to whenever he moves or resituates that it reads that, and then he goes, "Oh, what was that?" And then his foot moves again, and it blinks again, and then he goes, "Oh my god, what was that?" I've done tests like this before where I've had it on my desk, and I'll like move my hands around it, touch the desk and everything, and nothing happens. But then I'll put it on like the hood of my Jeep, and it's just solid. Nothing's going on. But as soon as I like touch my Jeep or put my hand near a metal part of my Jeep, like my big ass jack on the hood, if I touch the jack, my K2 will blink. And it's like, I'm not touching the K2, I'm touching the jack, which is bolted to my hood. In my hood, it's all one big thing. It's reading my magnetic field. That's what's hard about these.
Oh, guys, I'm getting goosebumps right now. I'm getting really creepy feelings. Is it okay that I'm back here?
No.
Do you not like me over here? Oh, no way, guys.
There.
He wants me gone.
That's a decent response.
If you want me gone.
One blink, two blinks, that's, something. I don't do singular, oh, that was it. No. If it flickers, then I know that it has to be something going on. I have to dig deeper. If it's just then it's nothing.
I dare you to try to scare me out of here. Holy shit! It just knocked my K2 off of that cell door. Did you see that? I had it on there good and it just... Holy shit!
Yeah, he was a pretty good distance away, and you can see the K2 didn't twist or slide. It literally just flew forward. So that is more towards paranormal side, because if it was like a fishing line or something, you'd see it reflecting off of the thing, unless you have the actual string fishing line that doesn't reflect. The door is positioned, or the cage is positioned in a specific way that you would have seen it move. You would hear it move. He wasn't close enough to like tap it with his foot or touch the door with his hand and just kind of like do that. So that's more of a paranormal investigation mode. That's what happened. Let's think this through. Okay, I didn't do it. Video shows that it just literally fell. Could it have been a breeze? Check with my hand. See if there's any kind of breeze coming through. No breeze? Okay. Check the door. See if the door was moving in it at all. Does it move? Can I shake this? No? Okay. Wasn't me. Wasn't those. So it has to be something that I can't explain. That leads it to paranormal.
It just knocked my K2 off of that cell door. Did you see that? I had it on there good and it just boom.
The lights on the K2 meter
Yeah,
continued to flicker in response to his.
yeah. It's leaning back. It is. You can see that the front lip is up, so it's leaning back onto that bar. It's solid here. It's not doing anything. The blinking lights, there's no moving parts, so the blinking lights would not shake it to make it tip or fall. It's leaning back. If it was to fall backwards and then fall off, the bottom would slide out because it's top heavy. But it's leaning back, so it has to break. It has to break the plane of gravity to reach a point to fall out. It doesn't do a slow tip and fall. It does a jerk and fall. So that is paranormal.
Questions. But as Ian dared the spirit to scare him out of there, the K2 meter suddenly fell to the floor, almost as if it were pushed by an unseen force. After making his way upstairs, the energy seemed to be calm with nothing happening, but that very quickly changed.
I'm not really sensing anything in there. So I guess we'll move on. What the heck was that? What? Holy shit! That rag just moved! What? Look, there's nobody in here. Dude, something just moved that rag. It was in this cell.
The only way that would have happened, you've got somebody back there batting it, but then you'd see their fingers and stuff pop through the cell. If it was like one of those air machines or one of those little poofers where you pull back on it and it shoots the air, you'd hear it. So this again, more likely paranormal because it happened, and he goes to it. He goes directly to it and investigates. His very first few items, he didn't investigate it. He just, what was that? Oh, it's ghosts. No. The next few items, he is startled. Honestly startled. Jump and pan. Jump and pan. Rush over. That's more paranormal. That lends to the belief.
Holy shit. Oh my god. I can't believe that. Oh, god. I'm actually starting to get freaked out in here. Let me step out. How do you explain that? That rag just moved. I saw it twice. First, I saw it in the corner of my eye, and I didn't know quite what it was. And then when I turned around, it did it again. Man, I hope I caught that on camera. Holy.
Something seemed to aggressively move the rag that was hanging from the cell. But as Ian rushed over, there was clearly no one inside. And once he went to the infirmary, something seemed to go near him.
No way. I just heard footsteps. Hello? Who's up here?
Yeah, you can hear his footsteps. Like when you have headphones on and you're listening to this guy walking, it sounds like the footsteps are right below the camera, as they should. That's how stereo recording is. When he's stepping, you can hear it. And then when something is happening at a distance, it seems like it's coming from that position. Like I'm hearing the steps, and then I can hear it loud and clear in one ear, and then you hear the other steps, and all of a sudden it's in the distance in the other ear, or higher tone. I mean, you can pick these things up. Well, at least I can. I mean, ADHD has a superpower.
Holy crap,
The
what is
creakety
going on
creak
here?
is here, and then the footsteps here.
What the heck is that? Oh, shh.
Now, this room, there are windows outside, and there are. I know this place. There is a booth type deal where the night people will sit outside and make sure nobody messes with you, but they'll talk, and they've been caught on camera before, having full conversations, and then the people that are doing the paranormal investigation go, listen, you gotta stop talking so much or stop talking so loud because we can hear you up here, and you were talking about this and that. And that's this area, this main area right here. That is one of the issues that people have had in the past, is this room, you can hear people outside talking.
What the heck is that? Oh, shh.
Yeah, you can hear that it's coming from outside. You can hear the call and response conversation. They're talking outside.
This sounds like two people talking now.
It is.
Sheriff?
And the female voice sounds just like the female that was showing the twin paranormal around. It sounds like the same woman. I mean, I just watched that video like 3 hours ago.
Is that you? Are you talking with your wife? What was that? Oh my god. Something just moved. Look. I gotta move this door. What? Oh my god. I just saw that cabinet door shut by itself.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see the cabinet door shut.
The sound of disembodied footsteps and voices began to come from somewhere nearby, and as he made his way down the hall, Ian caught a glimpse of a cabinet door closing on its own. Just before calling it a night, Ian decided to try his luck with a spirit box.
See, what gets me on that one is you can see the cabinet door close. You see that he has a response to the cabinet door closing, but he does not open the cabinet or closet or whatever to see if something was in there. He doesn't prove that somebody wasn't just, hiding in there and just like underneath at the bottom of the door, like pulling it shut and closing it. So that right there hurts. That hurts.
One more time, but after getting struck by a wave of nausea, he soon ended the session, but not before catching something downright terrifying.
Oh man. I need to get out of here. I don't feel so great. I'm starting to feel really lightheaded. Out of it. And I'm feeling really nauseous too. Oh, holy f. I swear to God, I just see the shadow. It went into the bunk bed where the axe is.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to pay attention to the bars. Like, is the shadow behind the bar? Is it on the bar? Is the shadow coming through the opening onto the wall and missing the bars? That's what I'm paying attention to here.
See the shadow. It went into the bunk bed where the axe is.
Yeah. Yep, it is behind the bars. It's behind the bars. There it is. So
A dark shadow was caught moving within the cell. The
it's
shadowy
definitely within
anomaly
it.
hovered over the bed before quickly disappearing, leaving.
Yeah, I don't know why you're doing that ball of light outside. It didn't leave the cell. It was still in the cell. It moved and just disappeared. It's behind the bars, so it's in the cell. It's definitely on the wall. It wasn't something outside, being between the light source and the wall. So it's not like, okay, here's my the cell wall. Here's my microphone is the item, or the thing, and here it's not here. It's not in between here and here. It is between here and here. That's how that works. So that was a real shadow.
Ian with a sense of dread. After this investigation, the reports of paranormal activity at the Squirrel Cage Jail appear to be incredibly true. To watch the full investigation, make sure to head over to the Midwest Ghost Hunter YouTube channel. Number 5. A Reddit user that goes by Plantha posted a video to the Paranormal Encounters subreddit of something strange caught on camera. According to this user, one night her mother-in-law was reviewing the footage from the camera in her backyard after receiving several motion notifications. But when she was unable to find anything that could have set the camera off, she turned her attention to the footage caught by the camera in her front yard. And this is what she saw. At 12:30 in the morning, everything outside looked to be still and calm. But as this camera was recording, a shocking figure suddenly appeared under the tree. This eerie figure ominously stood in place for the brief moment it was caught on video before it disappeared. Now, whether this was a person or a paranormal figure, both are equally terrifying. And oddly enough, throughout the video, a glowing ball of light can be seen moving across the sky in the background. Paranormal figure.
Yeah, that
It's
is
30 in the morning.
okay. This is obviously motion activated, but also it is time lapse. So it'll take a photo, and every 60 seconds it'll take another photo. There are features like this on several cameras, like Ring camera, the Owl cameras, and this object that's moving across the sky, that is actual space issues. That's stars, lights in the sky. You can see that it is how choppy it is. It is minute, 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 and it is moving in an arc. So it is traveling in the stars. Boom, minute, 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 minute. Yeah, it is. This is time lapsed. I'm trying to see if whatever it was caught at least down here, or if it shows up from up here. Yeah. So whatever it has a minute to get to this point from any point off screen. If it's out over by the vehicle, if it's over here, if it's out here somewhere. But the way that it's here tells me it came from down here, which means it came from the house. And it disappears, but you look. I don't know if this picks it up. There's a dark piece here that wasn't there a second ago. So, man, I wish I could zoom in on this, but it was here, and now there's something here. When you see this line here. This line here is where the road is. This is the road. It's at that angle. But there's something here now. So it went from here to here in a minute. And that's definitely plenty of time to get from there to there. So I'm guessing that it was somebody that left her house, like one of her kids or something, sneaking out.
At 12:30 in the morning, everything outside looked to be still and calm. But as this camera was recording, a shocking figure suddenly appeared under the tree. This eerie figure ominously stood in place for the brief moment it was caught on.
You don't have to stand there for a brief moment. It's time-lapsed. It snaps a photo, goes a minute, snaps a photo. Even then, it could have been a 30-second delay.
Video before it disappeared.
Oh, see? Oh, dang it. Yeah, right here. Right here. So, it's here. Another photo happens, and then another photo happens, and then it's here.
A shocking figure
Boom.
suddenly appeared under the tree. This
Gone.
figure ominously
There it
stood
is.
in place for the brief moment it
Disappears.
was caught on video before it
There.
disappeared. Now, whether
Then
this
another
was a
one,
person
and it was-
or a paranormal figure, both are
It was a
equally
person.
terrifying. And oddly enough, throughout the video, a glowing ball of light can be seen moving across the sky in the background. So this video may just be a 2-for-1 with a ghost and UFO caught on camera.
It was a star and somebody in the yard. Whether it was somebody from the house or if it was some random creeper walking through the yard, who knows? But from where the image where it shows up, and then when it's next behind the tree up further, it shows that it was leaving the house. So there's that issue. And I would not jump to UFO. I would not jump to UFO because, there's a star moving in a distance of a video. I mean,
Make sure to follow me on Instagram to hear more from your boy. As always, if you enjoy these creepy videos, then make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more videos like this.
see, I love doing these videos because it gets my mind working overtime on a lot of stuff. I really get into it because I love to debunk stuff. I love investigating and looking into the stuff. And a lot of these videos, like I see a lot of these videos all over the internet, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all over the place. And I like to look at the videos, go to the source video, look into the source, look into the past posts from the person, see what their background is, see what their background training is. Because there have been a lot of ones where I've jumped on their page and it's like, oh, the person is just a normal college student, and then I go to their page and they're a film major, a video editing major, a graphic designer, a 3D rendering engineer. all kinds of stuff. Like, I can't go, oh, this person randomly caught a ghost on camera and they're going to school to be a horror film director or something like that. It's like you lose all credibility when you run into things like that. So that's it. This is a nice long one for you guys. So have fun. Get out there, investigate, but always, always double check what's going on. Don't just jump into it saying it's a ghost.